China is hoping Britain will quickly identify the 39 bodies found in a truck container east of London. British police believe at least 11 of the bodies are Chinese nationals.
Well, initial reports suggested all of the dead were Chinese, but Beijing says it's not yet clear where all of the victims came from.
中国政府对报道出来的这一案件高度的重视。 目前呢，中方各有关部门正在密切的合作，展开各项工作。我们希望英方尽快的确认、核实遇难者的身份，查明事实真相，依法严惩涉案犯罪人员。
Our correspondent Ollie Barrett joins us now from London with the latest. Ollie, tell us a bit more about the investigation and where it stands.
Well, we have just heard from British police that 2 new arrests have been made in this case. They have been made in Warrington in the north of England. They are a 38-year-old man and a 38-year-old woman as well. Those 2 have been arrested, according to police, on suspicion of manslaughter. 39 counts of manslaughter, but also on suspicion, according to police, of conspiracy to traffic people. Now, local media in Warrington had earlier been reporting that one of the people we now believe to have been arrested had previously been the owner of this lorry, but had been telling local media that she had sold the lorry to an address in Ireland a year or so ago. Police are still questioning the 25-year-old driver of the lorry, who was arrested as this incident unfolded and emergency services came across the gruesome discovery. Police have been granted extra time to question the driver of this lorry, so that questioning goes on. And all of this with China insisting that Britain must do everything in its power to work out exactly how this could have happened. The Chinese embassy here in the UK saying that it is not yet clear that all of the people who have lost their lives were indeed Chinese nationals, and the latest statements from UK police are saying that that formal identification process is still likely to take some time. Chinese state media saying that the British government must accept responsibility for the deaths, pointing out that this is not the first tragedy of this type to happen in the UK.
Well, saying that, do you think this could raise tensions between Britain and Beijing? Because this isn't the first time that something like this has happened. I think in 2000 as well, there was another incident.
That's right. There is certainly that possibility for this to cause significant discomfort in the relationship between Beijing and London. At the moment, Chinese authorities are saying that the embassy and its staff here in the UK is doing everything that it can to assist with the investigation and the potential identification of all of those 39 people who lost their lives. But it's quite right to point out that this is not the first time we have seen an incident like this. Back in 2000, you mentioned, we saw 58 Chinese citizens found dead in a lorry in Dover. They had suffocated to death. And back in 2004, so slightly more recently, we saw 21 Chinese migrants drowning off the British coast while picking cockles. So this is certainly something that is causing a huge amount of anxiety and controversy in China, and therefore the response of the British authorities and British police to this particular incident, but also to the wider issue, is going to be a huge focus of attention now.
All right, thanks for that update. Ollie Barrett speaking to us from London.